we are covering Inter-VLAN routing for your CCNA exam, specifically focusing on router on a stick, or ROAS, and switched virtual interfaces, known as SVIs. These are two methods to allow devices in different VLANs to communicate with each other. With the router on a stick method, you connect a single router port to a switch port configured as a trunk. On the router, you create virtual subinterfaces for each VLAN. The key command here is encapsulation.1q, followed by the VLAN ID, which you must enter before assigning an IP address. That IP address on the subinterface becomes the default gateway for all devices in that specific VLAN. Now let's contrast this with SVIs, which require a layer 3 or multi-layer switch. Instead of an external router, the routing logic is built directly into the switch hardware. You first enable routing globally with the IP routing command. Then, for each VLAN, you create a switched virtual interface using the interface VLAN command, assign it an IP address, and this becomes the default gateway for hosts in that VLAN. The CCNA exam will absolutely test you on the configuration and verification of both methods. A classic exam trap for ROAS is showing a configuration where an IP address is assigned to a subinterface before the encapsulation is defined. This will fail. For SVIs, a common trick question revolves around why an SVI is down. For an SVI to be in an up-up state, the VLAN must exist. There must be at least one active port in that VLAN, and the SVI itself must have the no shutdown command applied. When it comes to performance, SVIs are significantly faster as the routing is handled in the switch's hardware at line rate. ROAS creates a performance bottleneck because all traffic must travel up the single link to the router and back down to the switch. Here's a simple phrase to remember the difference. ROAS goes out to the router, SVI stays in the switch. This mental shortcut helps you visualize the traffic path and recall that SVI is the faster internal solution. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.